see, I lost my spot. We are continuing with our hydrant repairs and hope to have most of that completed by the end of summer. We will be replacing 2 hydrants this week that are worn out. Once we have them out of the ground, we will determine if they can be repaired and used as replacements. Street signs, speed bumps. I've been cutting trees and brush in several alleys. We have more scheduled. That's one of my projects that I want to see done too. Storm drain and water supply, waste pipes, nothing to report on that. The craft crew will be having their vendor event on October the 15th. Have you seen any of the signs? And this is beautiful. And it's going to be like a street fair like they had not too long ago. So it's going to be very nice, and I hope the weather cooperates. Canopies and tables will again line North London Street from Main to Church on the craft sale. Some vendors may set up in front of the town hall or at the gazebo or even in their own businesses on London Street. The drainage tiles are installed at Mason Park. We're waiting for some rain to pack down the dirt over the lines. We should see a significant reduction in standing water. Clevenger Road repair specs are being developed. We have submitted those to OPWC to cover some of the local share. We have a resolution to present tonight to authorize the mayor to accept the funding, and construction will begin early next summer. The Veterans Memorial remains as the final item to be decided. The costs and design are still a bit fluid. Whitaker Wright and a representative from the state CDBG office have requested a meeting toward the end of September. Well, here's October, but we need to work on that. And I'm going to use the same committee that was on the monument committee before. Okay. If you have any questions, you'll have to call John. I don't think I could answer any questions, but that's his report. Sheriff's Department has a report. Do you want to add anything to your report?
Just, this is for the month of August. I couldn't get September's today because it was a holiday and all the administrators are off, so I couldn't get an email from them to get September's rundown, so we'll have that at the next meeting. I've been in contact with EMA, Roger Roberts, the director there, about having someone come down and talk about the heroin epidemic that's in Madison County, and he has a person that's willing to come down. We just have to set up a date that coordinates with her, so we're going to work that out, and then I'll come to you guys and finalize that.
Anything to ask of Jack?
I'm just curious, do they still do the DARE program?
Yes.
In the schools?
Yes. We're probably one of the few counties left that still do DARE. We're still in every school, elementary, junior high, and high school still.
So the sheriff, somebody from the sheriff's department?
Yes, we have a full-time DARE officer.
I was just thinking, I'm just thinking maybe it might be effective to have, you know, some of these commercials anymore. They have actual former addicts that talk about in public service things about what drugs did to their life. I'm wondering if they ever use people that can share lessons learned, you know, and something really real world. This is how it restored my life. This is how I rebuilt my, you know.
Yeah. It'd be great to have somebody like that come in. I don't know if this person knows anybody that would be willing to do that. Now, I do know there's some families in the county that have really been impacted by the use of heroin. And I know they go around speaking.
They might be willing to talk to young people, and it seems to be happening with younger and younger.
Yeah, and it's like Ron said, it's not a family problem, it's a community problem.
Exactly.
And we, as a community in Mount Sterling, I hate to say we have to be with open arms, but we've got to be willing to accept what's going on and be there to help guide our young youth here in town.
Jack, do you think half of the breaking and enterings and stuff that's going on right now is cause of the heroin problem? Probably more than 2/3 of that, isn't it?
Dave, I've said it time and time again. Most of your crimes, your burglaries, breaking and enterings and thefts, over 95% are drug related
Because they need money,
for their
they have to
families.
resell
Yes,
what they steal and so forth.
yes.
All right, we'll move on. The law director and the clerk of council say they do not have anything to add to our meeting tonight, and we'll go right into finance. Mary Lou?
All right, on last Thursday, we went through the bills and we laid a few aside, if I remember correctly.
Yes, we did.
And all of the bills that you see on your sheets that you got in your packet have all been looked at, and looked at again, and signed by at least 2 members of the Finance Committee. And so I would like for someone to make a motion to pay the bills.
All right, giving me a motion to pay the bills.
I'll give you that motion.
I'll second.
Oh, I got it first over here from Jim. So we have a motion to pay the bills and a second. Any discussion of the bills? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Contrary, same.
And one other thing too, Maximilian, we're going to be having our meeting for finance as a work session, as we did a couple weeks ago. That will be October the 19th at 5:30, and it is public. It's a work session budget situation to get us ready for the fall, or into the new year rather. So the budget hearing that we're going to have, now is that a public hearing, Mark?
Yes.
It is.
Okay, also then Maximilian, we're having the budget hearing before the next council meeting. It will be at 6:45 before that council meeting. So now we've announced both. We've announced our work session, Finance Committee meeting the 19th, budget hearing, which doesn't take but just a few minutes, on 10/24 at 6:45, which is right before the next council meeting. And that's it for finance, unless you want to go with the read it and so forth.
You also have a receipts report and a cash summary by fund. I've talked to Mary Lou about this and we agree. The Finance Committee meets to discuss and make recommendations. They do not make any motions or anything like that. They meet to discuss. And then when we come back to the council meeting, you'll notice Mary Lou will say, the Finance Committee met and they recommend the following.
Right.
Okay?
There are no decisions made behind closed doors dealing with finances here.
Also, the reader report I have for you for the to date. This was 9:30. I think I've already given this, but I'll give it again. The year to date, and this dated report was 9/30/16. Receipts 569,000 compared to the year before 456,000. So that's the reader report. We've talked about water, wastewater, streets. Any committee members want to discuss anything on that? Parks and Recreation Festival, do you have anything to report, Rebecca?
Not for the festival, we haven't met recently, But just to remind people that we do have the dual school coming up this Friday, the first Friday for 3 weeks. We have the wonderful village market coming up Saturday, as you announced. And we're getting things ready for trick or treat on the 31st in our parade and our costume contest.
And Lowell and the festival, Annie Thomason will be emailing everybody when we have our next festival meeting. So
Okay.
so it'll be.
All right, fine, thank you. Okay. Tri-County Fire Department.
They had a meeting September 27th. They approved the minutes, paid the bills. They've started remodeling again since they took the summer off. We got a levy renewal for coming
Yes.
up at election time, and then we had a fire resign. Next meeting will be October 25th.
There's three, and I don't mean to interrupt or run into Sterling Joint Ambulance District, but the Sterling Joint Ambulance District report, the library, and the fire all have renewals. The library's trying for a new one, but the other two have renewals. Keep that in mind on the election for those two. Okay. All right, the Sterling Joint Ambulance District.
Next meeting will be, as a matter of fact, day after tomorrow, Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock. And don't forget that whether you vote yes for their levy or not, they will still come and save your life. Don't forget that. And that's it. Next meeting, the 12th.